Is my lav on?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No, both on.
So, okay. Anyways. This one's going to be a lot less cursed. That first one, watching back over it, my penis crawled back inside of itself.
Oh, it is spicy. It's a little bit spicy.
Oh, really?
A little bit.
She hit you with it.
It's kind of nice, but...
Oh.
Mm.
Anyways, for this little short that we did in...
Well, first off, welcome back to the ARBTS podcast.
I hate formal intros.
I know, but we're doing it.
Oh, okay.
It's, what is it called?
It's called BTS Podcast.
No, it's called...
Work on It.
Work on It podcast.
It's
Episode
a
2.
podcast about where we're either working on our short film, or when we talk philosophy in the between episodes, we're just working on ourselves. You know?
Yep.
Yeah.
So do you want to start or do you want me to start?
No, I mean, I'll start. Like, this one was ironically, a lot easier than the first one because we challenged ourselves like special ed students to literally make that while high as fuck, playing video games and getting distracted by pizza.
As our first like short film challenge.
I know, but that one symbolized what we were doing, which was starting something and doing it. This one is symbolizing, honestly, just like an itch. We had this itch to do...
like an action short.
Just action.
We
I
just
know
wanted
you
more movement. Like
you wanted like a choreograph.
Yeah. I wanted to be more cinematic and like I wanted to have more control over what shots we had. Where the first one was literally just a locked off tripod shot. I don't know why, but this one was also way easier to edit because we knew.
Oh, you ripped through it.
Yeah, we knew. Like we literally finished the short.
Yeah.
And then. Sorry, we finished production, and then we literally went right into editing. I was like, oh, maybe I'll like throw a quick little teaser together, and then we ended up actually just editing the whole thing. Color grading, I'm down to sound now. A little bit of VO has to happen, but yeah.
No, I like it.
I'm gonna check that it's recording.
Oh, that'd be hilarious.
That would be a meme, right? It's recording. Just don't want to fuck us over like that.
Yeah, no, it was fun. It came together very well. I mean, we honestly did, besides the fact that we shot the ending right after the beginning, because that's how it works out.
Yep.
We literally just shot in order outside of that.
No shot list, no
shot
storyboard.
List. It was one of those things where, I don't know, this whole process is that by the end of the year, we're going to have made, what, like 13?
12, well, technically, yeah, 13.
13 shorts.
Yep.
And ideally all kind of varying.
Very different, yeah, I'd say.
And, I don't know, just work up the chemistry. It feels good because... It feels weird, I should say, because it feels like we're backing into the success we're looking for. We're literally like, here's a fucking idea, okay, let's start shooting. Oh, what if we do this instead? Okay, we're doing it. Hey, that worked out perfectly.
Yeah, it just happens to do that every single time.
This one felt great, though, like, because obviously we have experience with movies and video games and like...
Yeah, we like being...
We chased the feeling.
Tactical.
We chased the feeling and we executed on it.
Yeah.
Still some work to do on there, but
it's okay. It helped because we also had Quincy, who's still here. I don't know what he's doing right now, but he and I also we're fond with firearms.
Yeah,
and
fond of firearms.
Guns and stuff. So we're like super into how to handle them, which helped on the fly. Helped Grant a little bit. Maybe it'll even help for your airsoft game. But
yeah, exactly. When I'm clearing corners.
Yeah, but yeah, it was there's the one shot of you in the beginning pulling the pistol out of the holster. Where you actually fuck up, right? Remember? And then, you correct it so fast, so it looks natural.
In the moment when we were shooting that shot,
Quincy, come say hi. Pop in for a second. This is Quincy.
What's up?
This is our gun handling specialist.
Our gun handling Asian, other Asian.
Yeah.
And what were we gonna say?
So I was gonna say that I remember when we were shooting that specific one. Yeah. I remember the way I did it. I was like, that's going to be a bad take because I fucked up the holstering.
Yeah.
But it ended up kind of working in a nice way where it's like, the satisfaction of the quick on the fly adjustment because it's supposed to be a tense moment anyways.
Yeah, and realistically that's what you would do.
And dude, that lean in.
Oh, I know.
When I do the lean in on the like in the room and then it's the cut to me,
there's two specific lean-ins. There's two lean-ins that you have through doorways.
They feel good.
That just worked really well.
Yeah, it was nice. Yeah, honestly, outside of that experience, I liked it because, like, you go into it thinking, like, okay, there's a lot of work to do here. But because it was handheld,
Yeah, it was pretty easy.
it was easy.
And, like, all the audio was easy.
What's going to happen is, like, for the 48, we need 4 minutes.
Yeah. I think. What's the minimum 48 joules for timeline?
Yeah, you remember?
5 minutes.
5 minutes?
No, come on.
4 or 5?
minutes max.
That's so
Oh,
bloated.
5 minutes max?
I think so.
Okay, then we're all right.
What's the min?
3? I don't know.
If it's 3, we're golden.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I don't like bloated bullshit. I like a tight story. Like, I hate watching these things where you go, I get it, but you told it in a way that was longer than necessary. This
Yeah.
spice really fucks with me.
Yeah, it got me for a second.
Anyways, I don't know. Because, like, our first thing was 3 minutes and it was a lock-off.
Yeah.
Our second one was 2 minutes and it was a lot of
Which is
different
crazy.
shots.
That the first one was longer.
Well, the first one was longer because, like, I guess it was probably a lot of murmurs. Like,
Improv, like in the
it
middle.
was
like, we didn't know where to
improvised
go.
dialogue. It's probably not as tight as it could be.
I
But
still
like,
loved it.
But if you choreograph dialogue, it's, I don't know.
It starts feeling unnatural.
The whole point was chewing the cud
Yeah.
into something cool and then fucking yourself by just not jumping on it,
No.
right? And that's what comes through. So it's not concise.
Yeah.
It's rambly. Yes.
It's a minimum of 4 minutes and maximum of 7.
Oh,
So
yeah. See,
full-
4 minutes. I was like, fuck.
4 minutes.
That's decent, but if
Well,
that
it's
was
funny
2
how
minutes,
it's funny how that was 3.
yeah, 2.
That's why
minutes.
dialogue sucks.
Yeah.
I don't know. People often lose track of the fact that, like, it's a video. You don't need to say anything.
No.
Honestly, like, yeah, the jargon we use for dialogue in this was, like, part of the feel.
Yeah.
But it's how long? How long is the longest piece of dialogue?
It's like 5 words or something.
Yeah, it's like, but it's like 5
Yeah.
seconds.
Yeah, it's literally 5 seconds.
So
It's just inserts of us being like,
we can't obviously come up with anything
clear the
yet.
first
But
floor.
I always just like hearken on the fact that we have to keep that dialogue to a minimum, just
Please.
because it works out.
That's our like
well.
that's our motto.
And
to,
we can
like-
even improvise dialogue.
Yeah.
What I find good about this is we've often been really good at latching onto an idea that we want to portray in the dialogue, and then we just fucking improvise the dialogue on the spot.
Which is great.
As long as we're on the same page on what it needs to mean.
It just has to sound kind of cool.
Yeah.
Obviously, but music and
Yeah, and then like obviously
very loud.
once we
Yeah.
latch onto like, oh, this is what we're gonna say, then it becomes, we want to say it like this.
Yeah.
Like when we did your VO, what was imperative to me was like, you almost have to ham it up because it's like, it's slapstick in a way.
Yeah.
It's like, we're compromised. So it did it well. It was like, fuck, we're compromised.
Yeah,
You're
like I'm pissed off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it worked out.
which I
Anyways.
was pissed off. Why am I getting compromised?
Yeah, you're also pissed off.
On
You're
the
like,
top
how many
floor of a
fucking
house."
takes of this VO do I have to do?
Yeah. Yeah, I always get uncomfortable doing VO.
I know,
around
especially when you have
people.
3 people leaning
Yeah.
over you. Like, just
Say
get
it
this
like-
as,
say it like this.
This VO real quick. Yeah.
Say it like this.
Yeah. But
Or else just don't say it at all.
no, and then I feel bad. This one you couldn't really be in it,
That's okay.
but this was your directing.
I was really just
like-
happy to figure out how the directing role fits between.
'Cause you wanted
both
to
of
do
us.
that.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then also really focusing on the shots,
Yeah.
like making sure that it was visually.
So I
what we
think like
wanted.
we have to find the magic in that
Mm-hmm.
of like, because I don't know. I feel like we brainstorm well on like what the idea is gonna be,
Yeah.
and then like we want to make sure we don't get lost in like, okay, now you figure out how to shoot it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I think this time was a lot of you saying this is how we're gonna shoot it, with me having a little how about this,
Yeah.
and making slight adjustments. Whereas the marriage will be when we're both coming up with the idea, both coming up with the shot. So.
Yeah. And it's
That's
not
it.
necessarily us in it.
It's a gradual thing. Yeah, I mean, obviously not necessarily us in it,
Yeah.
because that's like,
Down the line.
we don't have to pay ourselves.
Yeah, we don't at all.
We still need to come up with a logo.
Yep.
That's a serious thing.
Yeah, some branding stuff.
We need some branding stuff, a website.
We need like a background history on the description. So like what we do, who we are.
Yeah, we
But that
should.
doesn't take longer, right?
No, but the logo's the big thing.
Yeah, logo's big thing.
We need to employ
we need to contract our other contractor from my other contracting company.
Yeah.
To contract for the logo.
That's right.
Yeah. Contract stuff.
And just a quick tidbit, like what we can think of on the next one. You mentioned wanting to do something horror related.
Yes.
We have a
so
forest.
psychological thriller.
We have a forest by our house. Oh wait, no.
We were talking about the podcast one.
That is 2 things away.
That's later, but that,
Only because,
yeah.
and I don't want to pigeonhole us into doing the next one at my place.
No, we don't
I
have
just
to.
like look forward to the opportunity to play Defenders with you because that's a
yeah,
magical
that's
moment.
Well, it's gonna be like
I've been looking for a
nostalgia as hell for
PS2
you.
video games forever.
Yeah.
And this fucking guy found it.
And in like 3 seconds.
You nailed it.
Uh,
And I bought it immediately, and we're gonna play it.
you were like,
when
oh,
come
I
over."
searched like on ChatGPT. I
Do you
searched
think?
Google.
By the way, do you think on the podcast they're gonna see us rocking like this?
and be like, why the fuck
Why are they
those
rocking
guys
so aggressively?
We just like rocking.
Yeah,
We're
because
rocking it.
we're gonna go play Defenders PS2 together.
We sound like this is crazy. PS2 is now an old console.
Oh,
It's a
man,
vintage
I know, it's my
console.
childhood.
Yeah.
Anyways,
We just got the okay from Quincy.
Quincy, what was the okay?
Oh, I was checking the timer rating on.
Oh, it's good?
Yeah,
Good.
not-
That's fine. We'll wrap it up here in a
This has
sec.
been 10 minutes then.
Already?
11.
Wow.
We went on an 11-minute podcast.
What do you think? You want to do a little longer? What do you want to talk
What's
about?
the window? What's that joke window on YouTube of like if you hit 10 minutes, you get a second ad roll at the end or something?
I think it's 15 minutes.
Oh, so we need 4 more.
Yeah, we do need 4 more minutes. So, Grant, tell me about your experience being directed by me. Because I've never directed anything. In
Well,
my
I'll be
entire
honest, there
life.
was a bit of a Quincy was an unsung hero here.
Yes.
We have to have him in the credits as like literally
Asian guy
weapon
helping.
handling specialist or
Yeah,
something
yeah.
because he was like so informative of like this is how you should hold it, this is how you should transition.
You know what they call them on set? Weapons wrangler.
Dude, this guy wrangled
If there's
for
a
us.
prop that has to be like,
Wrangled?
brought in or whatever, and there's someone special that has to touch it and like use it specifically, they call them a wrangler. So there's like pet wranglers.
Well, there was that whole
weapons
ordeal about a
wranglers.
wrangler missing their job. With,
Yes.
What's his name? We don't want to go in there.
No.
But
I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm just gonna not let you.
You
go there.
know, you know what I'm talking about.
Do I?
The SNL guy.
Oh.
Yeah. Who shot that person on set?
yeah. I had a feeling, but like
Yeah, that's okay.
we don't need to mention names. Alex Baldwin. But
No, so, but as far as being directed, the one thing that, like, I always struggle with this when it comes to, like, acting, like, with Ben, for example.
Yeah.
Is, like, when we were doing Day 36, and now I guess it was Mackenzie, but even, like, Millennium and shit, it always would be, like, a cut, and then they go up to somebody and they go, a little more this, right? And then they go up to the other person, a little more this. And then I'm just sitting there, and I don't get a note, and I'm like,
what about me?
what about me? Where's my note?
Do you know why? Because your performance was always just amazing.
Well, it's hard to tell though because if you don't want everyone to, that was perfect. You know,
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like
Get it.
you didn't say a whole lot.
I think that like just left it open for you to just act the way.
Well,
you
because I
wanna
think it
act.
worked out where this was you flexing your muscles to do the shots for that action.
Yeah.
You found the shot, and then like we almost directed it where we were brainstorming like. Does this work? Does this work if I kick the door? How does it feel if I enter like this?
Yes.
Like we brainstormed
On set, like
an idea of how to do the shot.
yeah,
the
we kind of
direction
prevised it a
Yeah.
little bit beforehand, but that's about it.
I'm just trying to think of an example where you were like there was a deliberate direction.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I don't know. I was more of a co-directing.
It was a co-directing.
Like
but
you were also directing.
I
and
was
Quincy
more,
was directing.
More I was asking questions. I was
Yeah.
like, how would it feel if I do this?
Yeah, and then we
And
kind
your
of
direction was
yeah.
like, I could see that working, but or
Yeah,
that could work, yes. Or,
That's basically what a director
Yeah.
does, right?
I don't know about that.
We'll
but-
see.
So we'll see on the next one, because I'm thinking maybe I'm not in the next one.
Okay.
I want to maybe do one where I'm just I'm just directing.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I'll have you and Quincy do a duet.
Maybe we'll get Matt to shoot it.
Yeah, Matt will
like,
shoot and I'll direct.
I don't want to put the shooting pressure
No,
on
don't you dare.
You can touch the camera. Don't touch the camera.
I think Matt can be
Yeah.
DP on that.
Yeah, that's fine.
For set we have like the forest.
Yeah.
near our place. We obviously have the basement.
We have a cat.
What do you want to do vibes-wise? We have the psycho thriller horror creepy thing with the podcast idea, and that has its underlying theme that we talked about, which we have on your notes.
Yes. Do you want me to pull it up or no?
No, that's not necessary for this one.
Because it's like behind the brains.
Yeah, we have a lot of actresses and actors as well.
We do.
So this one, what do we want to do for this one? We did like. Because that wasn't much of a comedy, the first one. The first one was more of an intrigue. Commentary.
It was an intrigue.
Yeah, it was a commentary piece.
Yeah.
This one was more of like an action flexor with a bit of a funny twist thriller at the end.
Yeah, action comedy.
And then the next one, that we'll have this horror psycho thriller.
Do you want to just do like a full-on comedy? Or is that too much writing?
Do you guys feel like you could
I don't feel like I'm funny enough to make
chew
a
the
comedy.
cuff?
We could get Noah.
We could get Noah to write something if he wants, but her brother.
If you want, we could have him write like something slapstick for you two to try and pull off.
I could do that. Or is that the genre we want to stick with? Or do we want to try to save that for down the line? Because like, how many comedies can we realistically do in a year?
Well, it's not really a comedy.
Okay.
We haven't done a comedy yet.
No, we haven't.
That was a lighthearted twist at the end of more.
No,
like
I'm saying, do you want to do a
show.
comedy this early?
On number 3?
Yeah.
We already have our 4th.
Yeah.
12? Yeah, you're right. I don't know.
I think a thriller could be a good idea, but I had one come to mind that we just kind of fucked. So.
Great.
Yeah. Someone said thriller forest, and I imagine it just started running wild. I was like, huh.
Do you want to be a cannibal that he defines?
No. So so I don't smoke weed anymore because I go through psychosis. So I will be ready a thriller where it's like, okay, this guy happens to smoke weed again. He goes through a really bad psychosis where he's just constantly anxious. He's overthinking everything. And he starts imagining things.
Okay.
So it's like a moment where he's smoking with his friend, and all of a sudden, like he's like his friend is like like saying things, but he's not hearing it. He's hearing something else entirely, and it becomes a paranoia thing where he's like, oh, my friend's trying to fucking kill me. I gotta kill him.
Oh, like a
Ooh.
schizo play. Yeah, I like that.
With
I like that.
And they're like, hey man, you want to do some shrooms and go for a walk?
Yeah.
And then it gets really fucky for you.
But it also gets like, I want to make it like really loopy where like he doesn't actually go and kill his friend. He just brings back to reality. He's like, wait, this is real. Like we're just chilling, and all of a sudden he gets even more paranoid. And it's like, wait, this isn't real either. And it goes into this other thing where he's like, okay, now his friend is like actively attacking him, and it's like, whoa, what the fuck? And then it's like, no, his friend's just shaking him. Like, are you good? Are you too high? It's kind of that.
I like that.
Between.
Yeah, we could definitely.
That's a simple forest walking
Easy.
shot, and we can just like have almost do like, okay, yeah. The one thing I would try to bargain is like the first one. There's the theme to just do it. Don't wait till tomorrow. The second one is like, it's more of a lighthearted theme, but it's just like, like we're almost like, hey, this is what it feels like when it goes well in airsoft. This is like this is peak airsoft feeling, and that people can appreciate that. We want it to have something that people can appreciate. Has to happen because otherwise, where's the flex, right? Where's our flexing of our muscles, right? Because people can watch something that looks cool or has an interesting concept to it, but if they don't appreciate something from it, it's as if they never watched it in the first place.
Yeah. Well, I like that idea.
We'll find
we just
that
have to
in
brainstorm.
there.
We just have to brainstorm.
We'll brainstorm, but I like that as a
twist.
launching off point because that forest works for that
It
concept.
does. Very, very good vibes for that.
Okay.
forest.
All right. Well, listen. I mean, whatever this has been, we
I'm
can call
starving,
it.
and
Yeah,
I
want
wanna
to
eat the
and
rest
This is
of that.
getting cold, and
It is. I'm gonna put it in the air fryer, but let's just wrap it up there. I think.
yes. Thanks for sitting in silence,
Yes, thank you, guys.
ladies.
And just on their phones.
Yeah, give them a phone. In there.
But anyway.
Anyways.
All right. Yeah, you're good. Cut it.
Stop right here.
Yeah.
Ha,